What's up, guys? We are back here with a PvP video for Archeworld, something that the game is all about. But this is a React video. This is not my video, so go check it out. The official video here is Archeworld PVP 9 Healer Tank Pew Pew. So this is by the actual number 2 guild in the Asian server. They done a great job here. So check them out. It's Endao, I believe that's how you say their name. They teeter between number 1 and number 2, it looks like. They're like right on the cusp of being number 1, number 2. And they've done a bunch of these videos, right? So these videos, they've done a series on these things, some great PvP content, some great action. It really showcases what the game is all about. And it's really all about combat and just skillful play. Like, obviously there is gear scores involved and, like people buying their gear, making themselves stronger, but you can farm all that stuff in game. Literally, you can get every single thing in game. There is nothing sold by XL Games. Everything is sold by another player. So if you are buying something, yes, the pay to win aspect, you're buying your gear from someone, that other person had to physically farm in game and earned it from the game. They didn't buy it from XL Games, they physically earned it in game. They spent time in game and they farmed said materials. They got lucky in the coin purses, the raids, the dungeons, and so forth. So I love these videos. They've done a really good job of editing on these things. So you can just see like the fast-paced action combat here. It is tab targeting, but the pace of combat is so quick, and this is where I struggle personally. Like, I am terrible at hand-eye coordination, keyboard coordination, and all that. Like, terrible. And this game requires a lot of skill, like a lot of skill. You can see these battles are just blink and you miss it. So cool to see though, like so cool. Like, there's so much PvP, 50 versus 50, a little bit smaller like this. This is like, looks like a 13 on, however many, 10, 15. And this is like I said, the heart and soul of the game. The PvP, the conflict, no matter what. Like, people are complaining right now about North America server number 2. And I get it. I understand that people are scared about having 2 servers. A second server could potentially become a free farm server where there's no one competing over the resources, which then feed into server 1. So I get it, I understand. We've seen this happen in Arcade in the past, where they release too many servers and some guild dominates the entire server. Well, I understand that, and it is a risk, right? Like, we just have to trust the data they have and believe that there's going to be enough players to support, 2 servers. Like, this footage is all from Asia. And Asia doesn't have, a booming, crazy population. Like, there's 2,000 players on average logged in daily, it looks like. And we're assuming that based on the jury queue quest numbers. So they have about 2,000 players, and you can see you get these battles, and it's, 50 versus 50. Like, they have 50 versus 50 battles still 7 months into the server. That's enough players. Like, they don't need queues on the server to have, these big PvP battles. And it only takes a couple of people to start a war, right? You have a couple of people who are like, nah, I'm not friendly with those guys. Like, I don't like, Ganema. Like, Ganema's my enemy. He's a dick. I don't like him for whatever reason, right? So the conflicts start pretty simple and easy. If, someone backstabs or just says something wrong, like, conflict is very easy to start, and it's hard to finish, right? There's no way to really, like, win the conflict because, another day, another battle, another raid boss is out there. Like, yeah, like, we're here, like, these guys, they were just kind of like around a Nui, and these guys are just like, okay, we're gonna just go in and just face smash them and just fight. Like, it looks like they're trying to get to a rift, back to a boss maybe. Maybe they got wiped at the boss and then they went back to Nui, and now they're just like, farming them. But like, there's no boss there to fight over, right? They're not fighting directly over a boss. Like, here, you've got, mobs, so there's a boss and actually a reason to fight. But again, conflict just happens anywhere and everywhere. where people are inclined to fight each other. It just it happens. And then when you add the mobs to the battle, when you add the loot that can be won, these raids, these rifts, there's more conflict because people want that loot, and that loot is worth money. Like, you pick up those drops, and you can sell the drops to either progress your character, or you sell them to other players who are going to progress their character, and then you get the real money out of it. The blue salt, which you then can cash out for real money. So this economy works. Like, it gives the game a reason to play. You either have a reason to play via upgrading your character and getting stronger, which was always a reason for any MMORPG, right? You play a game for fun, you play to upgrade and progress your character. Well, a lot of people didn't think ArcheAge was fun. That was the problem. It became a daily grind, and your character progression was and then at certain points, some characters got way too strong, and it was like, we'll never ever be able to catch up to them. They're invincible, they one-shot kill us, the game balance is out of whack. So, yeah, a lot of people didn't like ArcheAge for that specific reason, right? Well, Archeworld, the gear score disparity is a lot flatter. Like, it's a lot better. They've improved it. We're only at tier 6 right now in gears, weapons, and armors. And, ArcheAge has, like, if you look at it this way, it's like tier 12s, I think it is. Maybe even higher in ArcheAge. So when you start the game out, you're like, oh, someone's at tier 12 already. You're like, damn. Sure, Archeworld might get there, but the progression on the gears is exponential. So going from tier 6 to tier 7 is going to take even the top spending player, months to get there. Like, it's a crazy progression, and they're slowly, increasing drops here and there and making it easier for free players and less expensive, less invested players to gear up some. So right now it's a lot easier to go from tier 3 armors to tier 4 armors. They have the fail chance that goes up 5% every time you fail. The drops are a lot easier to get the blue cores. There's blue core shards as well. So the drops and everything, it progressively gets easier for a free-to-play player to catch up, or a one house player to catch up. And then it's crazy, like, to get from tier 6 to tier 7, it's gonna cost them like $10,000 or something crazy like that, like a crazy amount of money. And they don't really get that much extra bonus from going from tier 6 to tier 7 on one piece of item. So overall, the game balance is very, very, improved from ArcheAge, in my opinion. Obviously, all these things are my opinion. And then, now when you add in the second reason to play Archeworld, because, some people just like to make money. There's financial gain, right? You can cash out, you can make money. All of your time that is spent in the game is actually valued, right? Whereas in other MMORPGs, you spend hundreds upon hundreds of hours playing the game, and then when you quit, or you're dissatisfied, or you play a different game, all that time is completely wasted. All these skins or items that you bought from the cash shop, completely wasted. You cannot cash that stuff out. Sure, some people do go over to auction sites like player auctions and other ones to sell their accounts, but those are very, very risky, and you generally don't get much money out of it for all that time spent. Whereas here, same thing. It may not be a ton of money, but if you spend 100 hours playing the game, you'll definitely be able to cash out some of that money, and it's built in the game system. Everyone agrees to this up front. Whereas some of the complaints with the older MMORPGs and games is that RMT sucks. We hate RMT. There's all the gold farmers, the bots that destroy the economy, and that's kind of true. And so part of the hate is going to those people that are buying and selling accounts. It's like, that's RMT. Like, we don't want that. Well, here, they're upfront about it. Like, the game itself is all RMT. If you want, you can buy anything. Any gear piece, any drop, you can buy it from another player, and all XL Games is doing is just taking a cut. They're taking an auction house fee, and they're giving you a safe way to trade, interact. They're giving you a game that is fun, enjoyable, and is here. Like, if you want it, play it. If you don't want to play an open world PvP with these rules, don't play it. It's as simple as that. Like, if this is not your style of game, if you're turned off by RMT or people spending money to buy items from another player, up front, like they're not hiding it. Like, hey, blockchain, play to earn. Like they're up front with this stuff. They don't hide anything, and that's something that I respect. A lot of game companies, they throw out like, yeah, we're releasing a game, we're releasing Black Desert Online. It won't be pay to win. No pay to win here. And what do you know? You go in the cash shop selling items that are convenience, but like, hey, your item inventory slot is like 20, and hey, I need to buy this pet for another 20 slots, or they're selling gear, or they're selling items that you sell for gold, which then you in turn buy gear, which in turn means that you can essentially buy everything, and it is pay to win. Like, all the game companies, they lie. They're like, the game's not pay to win. The game's not pay to win. We're not going to do the pay to win crap, right? But when you get into the game and you actually see the cash shop and you actually see what's going on, the game is pay to win. Like, there's no way around it, right? Like, it's so stupid, and they think that the players are stupid, and that's why a lot of the games, they come out and then they promise no pay to win. We're not going to do the pay to win, and then it's like, game launches, everyone sees the cash shop, and they're like, oh, the game's pay to win. It's crap. Like, it's bullshit. They lied to us. And they did lie to you. Like, that's the honest to God truth. They said no pay to win. They said, but realistically, it is pay to win. And almost every single game is pay to win, right? Like, there's some way to get an advantage by buying certain items or certain things off their cash shop or their business model. This game is upfront. Completely upfront. They don't say any of that bullshit. They're like, no. Here it is. You can buy whatever you want. We sell you this. We sell land before the server launches. We have an Arc Pass. You get your money back if you complete the Arc Pass. Here you go. Have fun. These are the rules. Accept it or not, right? And you can see a lot of people have accepted it. The PvP is cool. Look at this. I mean, this has been 10 minutes of non-stop great PvP action. Like, great action here. It's so much fun to watch. There's so many videos like this from Endao as well. Like, great series. Definitely sub to these guys. Watch their videos. Check it out. Like, I am really personally really glad that they're not coming to North America, right? I'm glad that they're on the Asian server, because I don't want to play against these guys. Like, give me all the trash American players. Like, I don't want to play against good PvPers. So, yeah, like, obviously this character here, what we're following, who it is, definitely has to be a decent gear score, because they are tanking like crazy. So I wish we knew the gear score on this person here. I'd say probably like 17 or 18,000 would be my guess. I think the top ranked player on the Asian server is like 20k right now. But yeah, it's so cool to see. Like, not invincible. Obviously, he can tank a couple of people, but we just saw him, go down there. He does need the support of raid, so that's the other thing, is like, the game is so raid versus raid. Like, it's so group oriented that one person or even 5 people that are like super high gear score doesn't necessarily mean that they automatically win. Like, there is tons and tons of skill involved. Like, realistically, if there's a super high gear score, you should probably just CC it and, avoid that person, and then work on the support characters in the raid. Like, that's what they did with the Genama, when I was playing, and he was the #1 player in the server, and it was just like, okay, we like avoid him, we bubble him, we freaking bone trap him, we just put him to the side, and we'll deal with the other raid. We're just like, yeah, because he's too strong. Like, there's tactics, there's strategy involved in interacting with raids. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, please subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you check out Archeworld if this is the kind of game that you want to play. If you're interested in this kind of PvP, this kind of action, high-paced, fast combat system. Oh man, those endless arrows, like, I can't wait for North America, because my arrows were like, pew, pew. pew, because I'm American, and right, I'm from California, and so my arrow shot so slow with the ping that I can't wait to try an archer, you know, like hopefully my arrows are good in America. Like we don't know where the server is located, right? They don't tell us where the server is located for whatever reason. They keep that information hidden, and they're not going to release it in the future either. So yeah, we'll try it out, we'll see. And if my ping is good, you know, archer is good, right? Because archer is very ping dependent class. Other than that, you know, like mage, if you have bad ping, mage is a great choice. I'm not sure on melee. I never really played melee. Melee seemed pretty strong in Arcade, but again, I didn't really play melee. Like I always played archer or mage. And then if you are a free-to-play player, definitely try the game out as like a healer or a song like support character. That will be the best choice as a free-to-play player. Like get you rolling, get you into raids, because healers are always needed in raids and they're always welcome. So healers are the best choice for free-to-play players. So there'll be a lot more guides and tips and tricks on this stuff, but check out some of the older videos if you haven't. A lot of the stuff is very, very similar and the same, but we will be updating some content for the North America launch. When North America does launch, there will be a drought of content, right? I'm not going to be posting a lot of videos when North America launches. There will be a few here and there, big breaking news stuff. But other than that, it's going to be me playing the game. I'm literally going to be playing the game 24/7. So I won't have the time to actually be posting videos. You know, guides, tips, and tricks will all be done before the server, so check those out. There will be, again, a little bit of content during the server launch and the days following, but majority of the content is going to be done before then. So check out the videos before the server launches, prepare, and get ready to play like non-stop. You know, like, the game's here. What are you waiting for? Go play the game. Like, that's how I look at it, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, so I've talked to these guys, these Endao people. Like, I've done some land trades with them as well. So they've been legit. They've been cool people. Very, very nice and friendly, like very welcoming. So, you know, I didn't get, you know, an asshole vibe or anything like that from them. So, you know, they got my support. I, you know, definitely respect what they've done on the Asian server here. And just overall good people, man. That's what you want, you know, like, we're here playing a video game, right? You want to have good people, good fun, you know, interaction, like, that's why I never had a problem with Ganema. Like, so Ganema spent a ton of money, right? He spent tons and tons of money, but he was always respectful in game when I saw. He was always cool. He was not bitching and whining, like, if his raid lost or he lost a fight. It wasn't like, wah, like... He was always cool and chill. He was like, okay, yeah, we're here. We're here for, you know, consensual PvP. Like, that's why we play the game. So, love it, love it, love it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.